Last year an up-and-comer, but no one could believe what he would do this year when checking in on him.
One 4x4 here, he just absolutely blew up this year.
Huge frame, tines, mass, a deer that had it all, and Rochelle was ready. Opening day, headed in, you never know how long it might take, but one thing you can always rely on in the deer woods is patience. And sooner or later, that patience will deliver, and you'll have to choose what to do next. Millions of deer hunters head a field each fall, and for many, this is the goal, the dream. There's a reason that a big mature whitetail is the most sought-after game animal in the world and the hardest to get. We live our lives hoping for an encounter with them, documenting them. We teach our children so they can share the appreciation and carry on the tradition. You put the time in, the work, the practice, and live the lifestyle just to spend time in the woods with these incredible animals. Then we're no different. We head a field with the millions of others each fall, hoping that when it's all over, we can share the story of a legend.
Man, it's awesome. I'm gonna get to hunt these deer every year, follow these deer for years like this and pick sheds off them, and gorgeous, gorgeous deer.
Stealth Cam presents Canadian Whitetail, brought to you by Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. New archery products, hunt with confidence. Monster Meal, attraction, nutrition, results. Muddy, serious gear for serious hunters. Excalibur crossbow, different for a reason. Glendale 3D targets, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the world. Hunter specialties, serious hunting tools. Boyd's hardwood gun stocks, better with Boyd's. Nocturnal lighted nocks, switch on accuracy and let it glow. Heater bodysuit, #1 in cold weather hunting gear. Raculator, score your trophy fast, easy, and accurate. Central boiler outdoor wood furnaces. And by Stealth Cam, proven reliability, proven quality, proven performance.
One of my favorite people to hunt with is my wife, Rochelle, for many reasons. In the deer woods, she's never stressed, she's never panics, and she has patience that are off the charts, and she'd have to be married to me. But luckily, these are also top traits for taking big deer, really big deer. Something Rochelle has become familiar with. She never needs to shoot a deer, and she has no problem going without, rather she waits. And when something piques her interest, she hunts only that deer, never worried about how long it might take. And what a beauty she had her eye on this year, a deer that we hadn't watched very long, but in a short period of time had sure made his mark.
Nothing standing out as exceptional in 2018. The buck jumped into 2019 with a much nicer frame and short intern brows. In 2020, the buck really filled out, and we were fortunate to film him on several occasions. Same intern brows, now starting to split. He was definitely showing next year potential. But this year in early June, what a shock we'd have. His frame was already enormous, wide, heavy, splitting brows, and with over a month of growing yet, we weren't going to waste any time getting set up.
Well, we're in with the kids getting the spot set up. This is a great spot. It's really good early on. It dies off as the season goes on most years, but there's one 4x4 here. He just absolutely blew up this year. He might actually be a 5x5. We've got 5 weeks before the season yet. And just in the last week, he started pushing out a couple G4s. So we'll finish getting this brushed in, bring our stealth cam up here, put out some more monster meal. Hopefully we get to watch that deer finish growing for the rest of the summer. And then hopefully when the season starts, maybe a lucky hunter will get a chance at him.
After getting set up, we knew we'd continue getting stealth cam photos of the deer, but we never could have guessed how much he'd grow over summer. It was shocking. Tines, mass, width. Week after week, the enormous frame buck made gains, and as we watched in amazement, the season opener grew closer.
This segment of Canadian Whitetail has been brought to you by Glendale, the only 3D target with a replaceable 4-sided core. Glendale, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the universe. Canadian Whitetail has also been brought to you by Flock Archery Targets, the world's #1 archery target. Halo Optics, premium rangefinders. Tacticam, share your hunt. The Buck Bomb, natural and synthetic lures. Hawk, hunt from above or attack from the ground. AAE, quality and dependability in all our products. Black Eagle Arrows, superior carbon technology. And by Cyclops Lights, get out of the dark. This segment has been brought to you by the Raculator, the only electronic scoring tool in the world. Built for all antlered game, the Raculator guides you step by step to score your trophy fast, easy, and accurate. Available only at Raculator.com.
The season was now here, the giant still a regular on the stealth cam, and it was only fitting that a very special girl had her eye on such a special buck. With her Excalibur crossbow lined up and ready, Rochelle was off for her day one, with Stevie running the camera. I must say, this is how you kill big deer. Contentment. Day one, going to sit for a giant, but not a worry in the world, just happy to be out.
It's September 3rd today. Rochelle's out for her first set. And we're out here to have a look at this fantastic 4x4. He's actually a 4x5, I think. Anyways, he's a beauty deer. He's really wide. He looks really good on camera anyways, so he's a pretty interesting deer. So hopefully, she can have the same luck as your daughter. Hey. Hopefully. And that's something. Taylor, on opening day, she shot the biggest buck of her hunting career so far to date. So since 2015, a lot of hunters tried hunting him, and nobody could get on him. So they went in, sat for him, and 7:30 in the evening, he strolled in, and she put the smack down on him. So it's a beautiful evening. Couldn't ask for a nicer evening. Shouldn't be too long and the buck should start rolling in, so we'll get to hunting and see what happens.
As the evening carries on, they spot another gorgeous buck from the area, this narrow, tall up-and-comer with exceptional brow tines. A few young bucks move through, however day one fades with Steve and Rochelle enjoying the narrow buck with a plan to head back tomorrow.
This segment is brought to you by AAE. Innovation and integrity is in our blood. Quality and dependability is in our products. This segment of Canadian Whitetail has been brought to you by Boyd's Hardwood Gun Stocks, the world's largest manufacturer of aftermarket hardwood and laminate stocks. Boyd's offers stocks for over 1,200 firearm models, so you can make every gun better with Boyd's.
On just her first day on stand, Rochelle had been able to enjoy this tall, narrow buck for much of the evening, as well as several other younger deer. However, with no sign of the massive frame buck that would round off her day one, leaving her to return the next time that conditions were fitting.
You had a pretty good day with Stevie on your first day. You seen a pretty nice buck, but not the one you're looking for. A little breezier tonight, but the last pictures are still in velvet. Hopefully he gets rid of that crap.
Another gorgeous evening in the blind, and the first buck is this young 4x4, exciting in itself, as the big frame buck often travels with him. As the evening carries on and more bucks arrive, it appears that they are traveling together today. But what an incredible time to share with my wife in the deer stand. Day 3 would come, but go just as quick, only producing this one lonely young fella.
She's back. And, I haven't seen him yet, but some of the good news is that he's in hardwood now.
With deer moving early, they also seem to clear off early, leaving us to wonder if we're going to have another slow night. However, as evening fades, Rochelle looks over to notice the 4x4 that often travels with the big frame buck is back. And when he stops and looks back, it's like even the temperature changed. Rochelle looks beside the blind, and the giant had circled in to check the wind and obviously gotten nothing. Now in person, the buck was breathtaking, and at just 18 yards.
Welcome to this week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment. Locate, learn, set up, hunt. Brought to you by Muddy Outdoors.
We all want every hunt, every time to be just perfect, a perfectly placed shot and an easy recovery. And while that's the goal, it's not always the rule, and that's where hunting in the rain needs some additional thought. These big bucks are tough, and hunts don't always go as planned. And while deer move in the rain, especially the bucks, the rain presents unique challenges. And that's mainly blood trailing. In the event of a less than ideal shot in the rain, it can have disastrous results, as the rain will quickly wash away any sign, leaving you in a disadvantage for recovery. It's everyone's own decision, but we choose, if at all possible, to not hunt in the rain. But that's not always an option. Like an outfitted hunt where you have set days, sometimes you'll have to hunt. But when it can be avoided, we do, just for the simple reason that if something doesn't go well, what could be an easy recovery can turn dreadful in a hurry, and it's something to give a little additional thought when you head out to the woods.
This week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment has been brought to you by Muddy Outdoors. Create your own muddy moment. This segment has been brought to you by Nocturnal Lighted Nocks. String activated. Simple. Switch on accuracy and let it glow. Nocturnal Lighted Nocks.
Only day 4, and the 4x4 that often traveled with the giant was on the scene, stopping to look back. And the massive frame buck had circled in to try to get our wind, but decided all was clear, and carried on to where Rochelle could shoot. An awe-inspiring deer already, and not even that old. And as Rochelle settled in to shoot, the buck was perfect broadside, stopping quartering away. But no arrow flew. Rochelle had decided to pass. And we simply watched this outstanding, not quite prime buck walk away. We knew the deer could use more time, but I didn't know if she would shoot or not. That was her decision. The deer was certainly big enough.
She's crazy. I think she's lost her mind. That is a big deer. Yeah. So he's not a real old deer. He's a year. There'd be another year before we'd want to hunt that deer normally. But he looked pretty nice, and Mama wanted to have a look at him. And you gotta look at him, and he's big. That's a tough deer to pass, boy. And there's a lot of season left that he could get shot, but if we shoot him, we'll never know. So I think she was having a flashback. She passed up 180 or 185 inch deer a few years ago, and she killed him the next year. He's a 209 inch deer, so this deer is about as big as a mainframe 4-point comes, but he could grow yet. Will he be bigger next year? Probably. He probably grew a good, I would think he grew 25 to 35 inches this year, so he's not maxed out, that's for sure. But I still thought you'd shoot him. I guess that might be the end of Rochelle's 2021 season, and it's only September. But if he grows and he's big next year, if he grows next year and he's really big and I shoot him, you'll be super proud of passing him up. All right, good night. A tough deer to pass for sure, but if your goal is to hunt a giant, this is the only reliable way to get there, to let bucks with this much potential reach that potential. And we hear everybody say that if you don't shoot it, somebody else will. Well, maybe. This buck could be dead now too. Now after the season, we can't find him. But maybe not. Rochelle didn't hunt after passing the big fella because the deer was her goal, and she chose to wait. And when discussing with some folks, someone said to me, well, that's too bad. And it made me think, what's too bad? It was one of the most successful hunts of the season. We got to spend time with the kids, out checking cameras, setting up, spend time in the field with family, and Rochelle got to watch and enjoy a truly gorgeous whitetail, the most incredible place for a deer hunter to live. If wanting to hunt big mature deer season isn't just a few weeks a year. You have to play the long game. And as tough as it is to pass a deer like that, I would say that Rochelle made all the right moves. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Canadian Whitetail.
This segment is brought to you by Wild Edge, makers of the ultimate climbing system, the Step Ladder. Safely design your climb in any tree with the most versatile, lightweight, and compact climbing system, the Step Ladder. To book your own dream hunt in northern Saskatchewan, contact us at Canadian Whitetail Outfitters. Canadian Whitetail is also brought to you by these fine sponsors. Stay up to date with Dean and the team by following us on Instagram, liking us on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. For Canadian Whitetail gear and apparel, information, and newsletters, visit CanadianWhitetailTV.com. For past episodes and never-seen content, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or search for us wherever you stream.